Okay, good morning, everybody. Everybody's well. Happy Friday for those that are here live. Everybody else, happy whatever day that is. An incredible opportunity, an incredible day to get a little bit better. Today we're going to do, I thought we would do more of a Q&A, but what I was noticing from some of the questions that were coming in, and thank you for sending them in, was that they were hitting a couple of patterns. So I thought instead maybe we should just sum up and maybe I can sort of present some clarity on what we've been talking about, and that may answer some of the questions that are out there in general. So as you know, we've been really working through this, we're trying to work through this idea of zeal. I love the fact that we made up this, we didn't make it up, but I like the fact that we use the word zeal. I said this once before. When I get emails from many of you and I see zeal, I'm like, this is awesome. This is like our word now. How many times do you say the word zeal? Just use it in a sentence this week. Let's see what happens. Just, anyways, I was walking down the street and I figured, why don't I just act with more zeal? And to be like, what? What'd you say? Like, what are you quoting out of a dictionary? Like zeal? But it's our word now, so we could use it, and it makes sense. So I love it. We've taken back a word. So there's really two levels of questions that were coming in, and one was this concept of like, how do I apply it, and where? The second question really is, how do I use the journal for it? Oh, awesome. We got an email right now from Dina who said she put it on her dating profile. That's phenomenal. That's absolutely phenomenal. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the application because next I want to move on to the next trait. So first and foremost, I want something to be clear. You never have to, I don't want to say become zealous, but that doesn't make sense, but you never have to go out and find zeal. You don't find zeal. You uncover zeal, right? It's in there. We have a trait that is, I believe, connected to zeal. It's called, in the world of Kabbalah, it's called chesed. Chesed is one of the core spiritual traits that we have. It's this capacity to sacrifice. We all are born with a spiritual ability to go beyond ourselves. It is a normal, natural process of our soul. We learn how not to. So when we speak about zeal, getting up early, continuing working out, being good to my family, like when we talk about all the aspects of zeal throughout this period of time, or whatever you're doing in your life, and you look at your life and you go, I would love to, but understand that you have already the ability to do it. You may not have the expertise yet. You may not have the knowledge yet or the wisdom. Okay. But the raw ability, it's baked. It's in the program settings. It's how you were born. If your eyes are open, they're open because of a soul. So the same energy that is opening your eyes gives you more zeal than you need in your life. So as soon as you open your eyes, you know you got enough. You got enough juice to push through what's in front of you. Like, just put that off the table. There is no like, I don't know if I can. You can. How do you know that I'm not saying you know how to do it. Fine. That's called life and experience and knowledge and wisdom. Got it. But do you have the raw ability to do it? Yes. So you don't find it, you uncover it. And one of the things that let's build the process that we've been really talking about these past few days. And I think along the way, we'll hit different questions. So the first, I would say, let's put it into levels. Level one that we discussed here would be, I would believe, would be recognizing it. Just recognizing it. And it's enough on level one to just see it and understand that I should do it. Right? Like that's a level. And I don't want to downplay that. That's a level. Right? Let's assume you want to get up at a certain time. Or we had an example here, which I loved, about the person that walked past the Shiva house and then turned around. Right? Or the 50 times a day, something happens. Can you help me with something? And you're like, I don't know. Just did it this morning. My girls were like, can you help me print something? And like my reaction, my head was like, I got to get to the show. And I get and I'm like, whoa, you're talking about zeal. Like, oh, babe, that's great. Sorry. I got a message that somebody used zeal in a sentence this week. But, I get so much joy out of that, just that message alone. Thank you, Stacy, for using it. That's great. So, level 1, recognizing it. Even if you're not doing it, recognizing it. Okay? Level 1, you're in bed, alarm goes off. You can get up. Unless you get like an hour sleep. I mean, let's assume you get past like, the 6-hour mark. You can get up. I don't care your age, this, that, whatever. If you're a healthy person, you get up. Period. Reaching for the dessert, yell at the husband, yell at the wife, whatever thing. You know what I'm saying? Like upset at the kids, whatever the things going on in our days. We hit it. We have the opportunity to employ the trait called zeal, and we fail. Level 1 is to pause and say, I failed. That's it. Because at least we are now no longer unaware of the trait. And it is better to be aware of a trait and not do it than to be unaware of a trait. Because then how are you going to fix it? Like just the recognition of something is very valuable. Right? You see this, I believe in the world of people that are addicted. You see that there's a huge step when they say, I'm addicted. That's not small. That's major. Right? So we all have this. Human. We're human beings. I fail at this, I don't know, 20 times, 50, 100 times a day. I don't know, we're all failing all day. It's okay. Failure, it's okay. It's just not recognizing the failure that's not okay. So level 1 of this experience is after you have the opportunity to do something with zeal and you don't, you acknowledge it. You don't got to do it 30 times a day, at least once. You acknowledge it. Yeah, that was a failure in zeal. I could have worked that muscle and I failed at it. I could have exercised that trait and I didn't. And I should have. Okay. Mental note. That's it. And when you do that, I know this sounds nuts, be proud of yourself. Because that's good. Is it amazing? No. But is it good? Yeah. That's called level 1. And they've got a whole bunch of questions about that. Level 2 is once a day, react with zeal. Like just in your head, when something happens and you're in the game, just when it comes at you, you don't have to go out and do anything. Don't worry about finding it. You don't have to add a new habit to your life. You don't got to do any of that stuff. When you get to level 2 in employing this, is just be on the lookout for one time a day where you can in any way react with zeal. And like in your head, like sort of like check it off. Don't journal, don't write, don't worry about that stuff. Wake up in the morning, in the back of your head, you go, I got to satisfy my zeal requirement today. And my requirement for zeal is 1. That's my quota for today. Let's go. Let's see how the day goes. I don't know. And you're going through life and you're going through your day and something's going to happen every single day. It may even be a thought that pops into your head, but something's coming at you and you go, I should. And then you're going to hear, no, you shouldn't. And then the fight. And you are going to pull out and you're going to like watch the fight. Yes, you should. No, you shouldn't. Yes, you should. No, you shouldn't. And you're going to go, guys or ladies, you good? You guys continue talking over here. Good voice and bad voice. I have 1 a day I got to do. I have a quota of 1 a day. So I'm going to do it. I'm not going to question it. I'm not going to think about it. I'm not going to be like, well, I'll question the next one, but one time a day, I'm reacting to my environment with zeal. And what that does is it starts to condition you to make choices in a character trait that was otherwise unknown to us. Huge level. Huge level. The next level. The next level requires the journal use. And this is some of the questions that I got. Like, how do I use the journal for this? This is the next level. We broke down zeal to two components: fast acting, maximum strength. Fast acting is something that I see, something that I can plan for, that I would not otherwise do, but I should. But I have to do it. Maximum strength is I am doing something already. And I'm doing something already in my life that requires a renewed enthusiasm to continuing it, whether it's in a relationship or a job or whatever I'm doing, spirituality, studying. I am finishing up my finals. I am making dinner for the 800th time, whatever it is. I'm doing homework with myself or with my children. It's a constant in my life. And I need maximum strength because if I do something that has lost its variety, it's still very valuable. And it deserves the zeal of everyday renewal. Now, this is where level 3 starts to take it to the next level, because now what you're doing is you are journaling this proactively, and then you're reviewing it later. So if you journal in the morning, you would say, I got to do this and this today. And then if you journal the next day, you would say, I thought I was doing this, but I did this. But you are recording it. At least one in fast acting and at least one in maximum strength. And every single day, you're not just doing it, level 2. You're not just checking off your mental box, level 2. Great. You are recording it. You are trying to make sure you are watching it. You are proactively applying it. You are thinking about it and saying, I really need to put it here or put it there. You are analyzing. And it's 2 a day, every day. Fast acting, maximum strength. And that, I think, Yoni, just was literally in my brain. Because while you're doing that, what you're doing is you're beginning to be aware of the blocks, of the voices. And you're starting to understand that you got to fight through to really do this. All those voices that are saying, don't. All the earth coming at you and saying, stop. That's level 3. Let's go to level 4. We should really write this up. Andy, remind me, maybe we'll write this up and circulate it for those that want this. Level 4. Okay. One, if you remember with me, 1 is be aware. 2, once a day. 3, 2 components written down. 4 is you apply zeal to whatever you think is valuable, but you really, on your journal, spend time thinking about the negative voices. So when you do it that day and your brain goes, don't do it, should I, shouldn't I, should I, shouldn't. In level 2 and 3, you'd be like, whatever, just doing it. In level 4, you'd be like, well, you'd go back to your journal and go like, the next time this happens, remember. You're journaling, you're analyzing. It doesn't matter what you do it for. It doesn't matter if you're applying zeal in making more money or working out or buying nicer clothes. It could be the most mundane goals that you have. It doesn't matter. There is a concept in spirituality that you emerge from the physical. So even things that are physical are important. I once had this, I'll never forget, on one of the trips years ago, I had a moment of I don't say sadness, but like I was disappointment, whatever it was. I had a moment where I asked people to fill out their goals for the year. We did this whole one amazing spiritual trip. And I told the guys that year, and then I stopped doing it. I told the guys, listen, don't seal it. You give it to me for those who want, and I will email you like 90 days. Like I'll be your guy. So I'll know what no one's got to know. You write down your 3 or 4 top goals. Remember, you just got through a trip of incredible spirituality. We spoke about life and God and family and Jewish people. Like it's me and you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, go do your thing. Give me the list. Give me your email address, and then I'll email you in 90 days. See how you're doing. Great. So I got like a stack of papers, and I started going through them, and like a lot of them were like the number 1 thing was like lose weight. The number 2 thing was like make more money. And like I was like, wait, did I speak too much about that on the trip? Did I not delve deeper into like deeper things? And I remember asking my rabbi, and he said to me, no, you have to understand something. Many times growth takes place through the physical. So doing physical things better with more discipline and zeal is actually the platform to now moving to the next level, which is family and God and meaning. And so that was the path up. That's level 4. Level 4 is whatever you're doing in your life, do it with zeal. And when you do it with zeal, make sure you're journaling introspectively as to what's stopping you. That means the journal that you do the next morning is analytical. It doesn't have to be long prose. I'm not saying you have to write something that will ultimately publish one day. I'm saying like just for you, it could be just notes. Why did I get stopped again for? What's the voice? Where's it coming from? I can't listen to it. It's wrong. See that? And we spoke about this. Remember I spoke about what I told you a couple of days ago about waking up in the morning, right? Like that was that process. It's not true. My voice is wrong. It's lying to me. I can get up, and it feels amazing to get up early. So just reserve judgment until you're coming out of the bathroom. And then if you need to go back to bed, you go back to bed. That came from just the one thing that I was working on, which is waking up earlier. And then the back and forth in my head. And then analyzing my voice. And then employing a strategy to overcome my voice, which is don't say no in the morning. Just say, let me just reassess in 20 minutes. Level 4. Level 5. And this is going to be the beginning of the next world that we get into on Sunday. Sunday, thanks to all of you. And you know who you are. All the emails about Sunday, I love you. God bless you. Thank you for all of that. You know who you are, and I thank you for it. Level 5. Level 5 is once I am going through levels 1, 2, 3, and 4, you don't just skip to level 5. Nobody skips to level 5. Me and you go through the levels. 1, be aware. 2, apply once a day, reactively. 3, be clear. 2 elements written down. 4, analysis for anything you want to do. It should be something that you always wanted to do. So you don't have to like convince yourself of the goal. You always had the goal. You always wanted to lose weight. You always wanted to start that business. You always wanted to create a relationship with that person. You always wanted to study that subject. It's in you already. All you gotta do is employ the zeal and then listen to the voice. Push through. Think about it. Like get into yourself. Level 5, start to be selective over the things that you are going to employ your zeal to. That's the next level. Start to say to yourself, okay, I've been doing this for exercise. Great. But it's taking away from family. So if I have an hour in the morning, where should I put my zeal? There's no answers. We're going to keep this up. I'm not talking about zeal next week. We're moving to the next cat. But you'll see when you get to the next trait that we're going to talk about, you'll see that it will complement zeal just in a totally new way. But begin the process to realize that you do have a limited amount of willpower each day, not who you are, you're infinite, but each day. And now that you're using zeal, you now have to go up to the highest level and figure out, okay, where do I deploy it? What is the highest level? And by the way, health, physical health is at that level, but what are the highest level things that I could be doing in my life that now that I've exercised zeal, if I apply it to that, it will give me the greatest level of depth. And so if and depending on the questions you sent me this week, I think each one is going to, it's depending on the level that you're on. And by the way, we're all on every level. You don't graduate because everything is happening. There's so many things in our lives. But I think if we saw it from that perspective and we employ maybe 1 or 2 levels a day or 1 level a day, and we started to push ourselves up the ladder. I see it. Can't do it yet, but I see it. I apply it. I write it down and I use the whole thing. I really spend time analyzing it. And now I'm selective in it. We will start to inculcate it into our lives in an incredible way. Okay. Have a great. We're going to start a new trait on Sunday with God's help. So hopefully you'll be with here. You'll be with me here. Have an incredible weekend. Good Shabbos. Shabbat Shalom. And thank you for a great week. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of this. Thank you, Andy. And Momentum. With God's help, I cannot wait to see you again on Sunday. Have a great weekend.